Okay, she's had a month off, so it turns out J.K. Rowling's trending again on Twitter. She must have done something crazy, has she? Well, no, not really. They just think that she's somehow been shot down in flames because a burly Olympic boxer with forearms like Popeye and a hairy back has been mocking her quite aggressively on social media. And everyone's piling on the bandwagon. If you click on the link, the top story you get is from the staggeringly hypocritical and shockingly woke Lad Bible. To drive the point home, they've got this deeply immoral medical professional telling us exactly why she should definitely be cancelled and not say the blindingly obvious in a public place. And before we watch the video, I just want to say, to make it unequivocal, I support any grown adults' choices to live their life however they see fit. However, I do not support allowing children to make choices that can be deeply harmful. We don't let them gamble, we don't let them smoke Lambert and Butler or drink cans of Special Brew. So frankly, I don't think they should be able to go through a procedure with an immoral, money-grubbing sociopath like this fella who we're going to hear talk in a moment. And if you haven't heard the technical term, I don't want you thinking the Bootneck is uneducated and he talks about things he doesn't know anything about. I did complete several quite grueling military medical courses during my lengthy career in the Royal Marines, so I feel like I do have some medical knowledge I can add to this conversation. For example, I know that the deeply complex medical procedure that the man is talking about is known in professional circles like mine as a strap a dick onto me. Okay, this bloke's a lunatic, and I'm sure there's lots of amusing things trending on Twitter today, because there always is whenever J.K. Rowling has the temerity to talk common sense in a public place. So let's see what this knobhead's got to say, shall we? Gender surgeon. J.K. Rowling should stay away from my work.
Your opinion on J.K. Rowling? I haven't read her books. I'm not going to try and write a children's book tomorrow. I'd rather wish she'd stick out of what I do and not comment on stuff that she doesn't know much about either. She's entitled to an opinion, but why she gets quoted, it seems slightly unfair to use her privileged position to make, I think, somewhat ill-informed comment about this patient group.
Well, first things first, don't watch the full video on Lad Bible, because Lad Bible is basically, it should be called Red Bible. It started out as a bit of fun like years ago, but now it's essentially commie propaganda masquerading as light-hearted jocular humour for the lads. I don't know about you, but I've never met lads. You know, lads. Oi, oi, lads, let's have a drink. No, if you watch Lad Bible, you'd think lads like spending all day talking about dildos, shoes, and scratching the fannies. That's about as masculine as Lad Bible is. It's not a Lad Bible, it's commie propaganda, which is why they had that knobhead on. And the second thing I'd like to say is, you don't want her talking about it, because she's one of the only public people who's willing to stick her head above the parapet and actually say something. You've stitched it up so everybody with a public persona is cowards that they are, looking after their careers, to try and tell the entire world that up is down and left is right. The reason this is a polarising issue, and it perfectly encapsulates what's gone on in the world the last few years, is because the public is in full agreement. As high as about 90% of the general public agrees on these issues. Blokes shouldn't be in women's crisis centres, blokes shouldn't be in women's prisons, and children should not allow to be able to elect to take surgical procedures. That's why we have age limits on things like tattoos and piercings, because 10-year-olds aren't to be trusted to make these decisions, but when people are making lots and lots of money off it, then all of a sudden it's perfectly reasonable. It's a national disgrace, and I've been against it for many years, because I wanted it on record in a public space that I took a stand against the idea that it's a moral and sensible thing to allow 10-year-old girls to take life-altering drugs that'll make them infertile. I think it's immoral, just like I think hairy-ass blokes punching women in the face is immoral, but in upside-down world, apparently I'm the bad guy. Makes loads of sense, doesn't it? I'm the bad guy, because I don't think women should be getting lamped by big hairy geezers. Yeah, what a prick I am. And there's loads of good stuff on here. Look, J.K. Rowling is wrong. I'm a real girl. Yeah, Chin like Desperate Dan, and a hilarious comical video which, well, I can't show you on this channel because it's no fun. On this platform. But it's laugh out loud funny to me. They think getting the burly boxer, we'll just say the burly boxer, taking some soft focus photographs and putting a bit of lippy on definitely makes it perfectly reasonable to chin birds on the TV. The most laughable part of that is, really ludicrous, is that the people that have said that stereotypes are wrong and all women are different and all this stuff, whenever they're trying to put across a feminine face, it's always the most ridiculous, over-the-top, stereotypical depiction of a woman. My missus rarely wears makeup. She's a tomboy, you know. She likes football and she's physically fit, and she certainly never wears big spangly earrings and glittery makeup, because they spent years telling us that women come in all shapes and sizes. But when they want to convince you that, I don't know, someone like Isla Brinson, do you remember Isla Brinson, right? Here's J.K. Rowling talking about Isla. Yeah, Isla Brinson was the big, burly, tattooed, skinhead sex pest who rocked up to court with pink lippy, pink handbag, pink leggings, and glittery unicorn stickers on the luggage. Sorry, on the luggage. So on the face of it, as usual, the backwards, upside-down commie gibberish is totally ludicrous. Because they tell you all the time that women come in all shapes and all sizes, but when a geezer is trying to get himself sent to the ladies' jail, he practices the most ridiculous stereotype of a woman. And these people, tying themselves in knots as usual, are doing the very same thing on Twitter today. Women come in all shapes and sizes, but when geezer bird rocks up, definitely pink lippy, glitter, flowery dress, and big jangly earrings. Cheers. Easy. The mind-melting hypocrisy of these lunatics beggars belief. And Spike have wrote a good piece by Brendan O'Neill, pointing out that the Be Kind people really would love to see her get drowned in the bath at this point. As usual, their hypocrisy knows no bounds. And it's nice to see people sticking up for JK and dropping some logic bombs while she's on holiday. Such as this chap, Admiral Invalidator, who's pointing out the blindingly obvious. I did make a video about this back in the day, but I'll reiterate for those of you that missed it. Mr. Khalif cheated. The IBA tested him twice, and they all returned the male karyotype. That means their chromosomes, and Khalif's team admitted it. And then there's a nice picture of this hairy-ass geezer who, if you don't recognise, this is the big reveal, thrashed all of the women in the women's weightlifting contest. Definitely fair, totally reasonable, and if you noticed it, you're a bad person. So to sum up, this issue has not gone away, ladies and gentlemen. It's still right there in our faces, like a big, massive set of coconut-sized bollocks and a female boxer packing 8 inches on the slack. Brilliant. The world's gone off it. The only thing you can do is laugh. Certainly, it's the only thing that keeps me sane. I hope J.K. Rowling has a good holiday, and when she comes back, she starts dropping some more truth bombs on them. And it's funny, isn't it? J.K. Rowling was a lifelong lefty. I have nothing in common with J.K. Rowling. I didn't even want to defend J.K. Rowling, but it's the right thing to do. Because the broad church now is everybody who isn't woke. Centre-left, centre-right, right-wing, far-right, centrist, libertarian, old-school liberal who isn't completely insane. All of those people should now be supporting the new right, which is led quite capably by the Orange Oracle out here in the United States. And, well, who even knows in the UK? As I keep saying, the UK is in a lot more trouble than we are out here. But everybody needs to get in lockstep behind someone that's going to provide an alternative to the lunatics that are currently running the asylum over in Europe. Anyway, that's all I've got for the day. Let me know what you think on J.K. Rowling. I'm sure everybody watching this channel is a big fan of her, if not all of her political opinions, at least the fact that she thinks it's acceptable to call a spade, or, you know, in this case, an all-beef thermometer. An all-beef thermometer. Thanks for tuning in. Have a fantastic weekend. I've got a friend of mine visiting from Redcar. So we're going to spend the weekend doing what people from Redcar do. Namely, drinking methylated spirits on a beach surrounded by hypodermic needles and burning cars. So that'll be fun. I hope you have a good weekend. It's bound to be better than mine. I will try and get in for a stream on Saturday. You know, I can leave him comatose on the beach or something. So yeah, I'll hopefully get a stream done at 7 PM on Saturday, and I'll see you there. Be there or be square. Toodle pip. Cheers.